Hi everybody, it's Spring with Suds and Suds and such, and today I'm going to show you how I make dragonflies and moths out of soap. And I make these to go on another, like on top with flowers. I've worn them, well, several of my different soaps, but with that being said, here's what a dragonfly, if I can get it, let's see where you can see it. Here's one of them. And the way I do it is you can either like maybe sketch out a little butterfly or a moth or a dragonfly or just some sort of bug if you want a flying bug. You can sketch that out on paper, then cut it out. And I've done that just to show you a moth. Sketched out a little moth sideways. This is like that. And I'm going to show you how to cut that out. Now, if you're good at carving, then you can just carve out, whatever flying insect you're wanting to use. But I'm going to show you how to trace this moth that I have here. And I have a piece of soap. You're going to need soap. This is a nice moisturizing soap that's rather soft. It's not the hardest, and I find that is easier to work with when doing the moths or the butterflies or such as that. Now, if I was going to be carving like say a frog or something of that nature, then I would probably use something harder, because you don't, with this you risk it breaking really easy. So with that being said, you're going to need a knife of some sort. I use this kind of knife in order to just cut my bar into slices. Now, I use this kind of knife if I need to when I'm actually cutting it out, or you can use several different types of knives, or an etching tool works really good. Razor blade, that's one of my favorites to use for this. Now, you've got to be very careful when using a razor blade. They're sharp as can be. Knives, you've got to be careful also. But with that being said, we're going to put our little sketch here that we've cut out on top of our soap. See if I can zoom you in to this so you can see what I'm doing. I've got that on there. Now I'm going to take my razor blade, and I want to cut away like the excess, so I just start simply doing it like that. And I don't waste this soap that I'm cutting off. I will make soap balls out of that, or you can grind it up and use it inside of your soap. Now, this is a time-consuming process. I've been at it for days now, many hours every day, doing my butterflies, which I have a video on those. Doing my bumblebees, I have a video on doing those. And now I am doing dragonflies and moths. And I also ended up with an oddball insect. I have no idea what he is, but he's a flying insect. Now, I will show you more towards the end of the video. And I'll also show you my butterflies I've done and my bumblebees. And they don't gotta be perfect. Just do your best, do what you want. I mean, if you're happy with the way it looks, that's all that counts. But you're just going to simply cut this out like this, And then you can do cleanup once you're done with cutting it out. I actually go back along with my razor blade and I will snip here and slice there and just kind of carve off what I don't want on there. This is actually really fun to do. I enjoy doing it. I don't do it every time I make these soaps that I'm going to use them on. Just for the simple fact it does take a lot of time. And you can probably buy molds to make the bees and the butterflies, but I enjoy doing it this way, and it kind of, you know, it's more like you're really hand making it when you're handcrafting your own insects to adorn your soap. Okay, if you can see, got the shape pretty good. Now I want to go along and just tidy him up. Here's his little body and his head, and then here's the wings. Now, you do one. Now see, if you'll take notice, some of these, you see how that's not sitting flat? You can, if you cut right, see how it's got a curve? You can do these in a bend, but you have to cut it right, and I've got several like that. Then I've got these moths, and I'm not going to be making my moths, you know, most moths, a lot of them you see is going to have different shades of brown, and I'm not going to be doing my moths in the drip colors. I'm going to be using bright colors because I want the soap to be bright. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to get this up and I'm going to show you how to actually paint your dragonflies and your moths. And I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm going to start with a moth. Okay, now with that being said, you're going to need micas or pigments or whatever you want to use to color it with. And I've got here, I think I want to do that one a nice purple. And this is neon purple from Nurture Soap. All of these colors I'm using are from Nurture Soap. You're also going to want some alcohol. I've got 91% rubbing alcohol here. I like the 91% the best. And you're just going to squirt some in here till you get it wet. As wet as you want it. I don't want it too wet, but yet I don't want it too dry. So I just mix that up because you're going to be using that like paint, and you're going to paint your moths or your dragonflies. Yeah, about forgot what I was doing there, didn't I? Okay, I've got my purple, and I'm going to be using neon yellow mixed with a little bit of I think it's baby blue, and a little bit of the bluebell, and neon blue, and then of course black pearl, which I love, and neon orange, and neon green. So Now I'm going to get to painting.